نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. الحمد لله غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي الطول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير. اللهم لك الحمد يا من لم تتخذ ولدا ولم يكن لك شريك في الملك ولم يكن لك ولي من الذل والله أكبر كبيرا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد، مالك الملك يؤتي الملك من يشاء وينزع الملك ممن يشاء، يعز من يشاء ويذل من يشاء، بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. سبح له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. تركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. شرح الله له صدره ووضع عنه وزره وأعلمه أن مع العسر يسرا وأمره أن إذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي المقصرة بتقوى الله، وأحذركم ونفسي من عصيانه ومخالفة أمره لزوما لقوله الحق تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وكذلك في قول الحق تبارك وتعالى: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله التي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. My brothers and sisters, my dearest children, alhamdulillah, indeed we do have them with us for the summer. We are at the beginning of a new Hijri calendar. So this is, alhamdulillah, something to congratulate ourselves for and encourage our children to be mindful of this calendar and the significance and the details that this calendar presents to us. We know that Shahr Allah al-Muharram, the month of Allah, the forbidden, the sacred month of Allah Azza wa Jal, is the beginning of the Hijri calendar. And it is called the sacred month of Allah to add more weight upon the weight that the name has to it. It's a sacred month, but it's also a sacred month that belongs to Allah. And if we concluded the year before with the month of Hajj, we concluded that the year with a beautiful pillar of Islam, which is the Hajj. And now we're starting a new chapter of our life with a new year, with also another beautiful start for this Hijri calendar that is also full of ta'at and ibadat. So we concluded with ta'at and we start with ibadat, so that whatever comes between the 2 months, the last month and the first month, of the Hijri calendar will be inshallah blessed by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. So we have the first month, the Shahr al-Muharram, and many of us are aware that this month has a significant day, and that significant day, as we call it Ashura, has a meaning, has a story behind it. And that's what we will be exploring today in the khutbah, that is inshallah will be enjoyable both for the adults and the young as well. Allah Azza wa Jal have asked us not to look at the stories of the Quran as only stories. They are stories, but they have meanings, they have roots, they have value for us to comprehend and observe. Allah Azza wa Jal said to us in Surah Ibrahim, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِكُلِّ صَبَّارٍ شَكُورٍ. Allah Azza wa Jal indeed asked us to reflect and contemplate on the stories. These stories that who come from the nations who came from before us were not just stories. They are stories full of ibar, wisdoms that we need to be mindful about and aware of. And in the context of this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal is saying that we have sent Musa with our signs, whether it's the Torah or the clear signs that he had, the miracles that Allah Azza wa Jal have given to him, so that لِيُخْرِجْ قَوْمَهُ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ, to take his own people from the darkness to the brightness, to the nur, the hidayah of the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. And ya Musa, ذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ, remind them of the days of Allah Azza wa Jal. Ya Musa, I have chosen you. Ya Musa, I have selected Bani Israel. Ya Musa, I want you to remind Bani Israel about the ayat that I have revealed to you and the days of Allah Azza wa Jal. What are the days of Allah Azza wa Jal? What are you referring to, Ya Allah? Allah is referring to the major incident in the history of mankind that almost all faith background know it, which is the day in which Allah Azza wa Jal saved Musa alayhi salam with the Israelis from the aggression of Fir'aun la'natullahi alayhi. وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. Ya Rabbi, why do we need to be reminded? Why Bani Israel specifically need to be reminded about this ayat, Ya Allah? Because they should be aware of the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal. They should be aware of the consequences of aggression. They should be aware of the dhulm more than any other nation that Allah Azza wa Jal have created on this earth. And the same sequence Allah Azza wa Jal is saying, وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ يَا قَوْمِ اذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ أَنْجَاكُمْ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَسُومُونَكُمْ سُوءَ الْعَذَابِ وَيُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ بَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَبَلَاءٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ عَظِيمٌ. He also reminds them that you were subjugated to unfair, inhumane, brutal, genocidal aggression from Fir'aun la'natullahi alayhi, who used to take the newborns, if they were to be male, will be slaughtered with a cold blood in front of their own mothers. Imagine a mother seeing her own baby after birth being slaughtered in front of her own eyes. That's unbearable. This is something that no one can handle, especially for moms. يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ. And they allow the girls to stay alive, not because out of rahmah, because they will be later on maids and servants in the palaces of Fir'aun and his own mala'. يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَكُمْ. And Allah Azza wa Jal testify, indeed, and this is a very severe, huge, big test to the believers of Bani Israel. As believers, as those who follow the book of Allah Azza wa Jal, the Quran, yes, we empathize with the believers of Bani Israel who were subjugated to the aggression of Fir'aun la'natullahi alayhi. And when Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to be reminded about the days of Allah, Ayyamullah, He wants us to be fully aware that there are principles, there are sunan that Allah have implemented into this dunya for people to live by. And if people comprehend these sunan, these principles, then they will be able to navigate safely in their life. But once in a while, we need to be reminded about these ayat of Allah. Similar to what happened to Zakaria when he was reminded by Maryam alayha salam, when he said to her, Ya Maryamu, annaki laki hadha. Where did you get this? قالت هو من عند الله يا نبي الله إن الله يرزق من يشاء بغير حساب. It's from Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal provide to whomever He wishes without any accountability. Yes, indeed, Allah Azza wa Jal have put sunan, rules on this life for human to live by, so they're able to progress in their life. Water should be boiling at 100 degree. 0 degree will make water freeze. We cannot have different times, and water would be freezing at 50 Celsius or would be boiling at minus 10. It's impossible. Livelihood of people on this earth would not be sustained. But Allah Azza wa Jal wants to tell us at the same time that these rules are for you to live by. However, I am the mighty, I am the creator, I'm the one who controls everything, I'm the one who says to things be and they would be. And my hikmah and wisdom is above and beyond all the rules and regulations that you see in your life. And that's why Zakaria, when he lived that conscious fact, هُنَالِكَ دَعَى زَكَرِيَّا رَبَّهُ. And then at that particular moment, immediately, Zakaria stood in the mihrab and prayed to Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah Azza wa Jal responded to him right on the spot and was given the promise of having Yahya. By the same token, this ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as they read these verses from the Quran, should be reminded that إِنَّمَا النَّصْرُ مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ, that victory comes from Allah Azza wa Jal. And despite of what we are seeing nowadays happening to the Muslim ummah, and more specifically, unfortunately, to our brothers and sisters in Gaza, حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل to those inhumane, those who have no moral values from the leadership of the world, including the leadership of the Muslim Ummah. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيهم, as they have led the people of Gaza, not since 1948, but far beyond that. They have let them be facing their own fate, defending the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal and defending al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil for those leaderships around the globe who have known that the people of Gaza lived for 17 years after living as refugees in their own land after the 1948 war. Yet they did not do anything for them. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil for those leaderships who have witnessed with their own eyes and have collaborated behind the scenes for the past 2 years to have a genocidal war be done, a genocidal war being exercised in the 21st century with the existence of social media, where every single action, brutal action of killing for children and civilians and journalists and nurses and doctors, documented and known and seen by everyone. What is the justification for killing medical doctors who are trying to save the life of those civilians who are being bombarded and shot at daily? Where are the leaderships of the world from knowing that the Israelis are preventing food from entering to Gaza? They're using food as a weapon against the people of Gaza, yet to do something that would make them feel that they are reacting, they have come up with this proposal, another war crime organization that's supposed to be providing aid to the people of Gaza, yet they're providing nothing but traps for the people of Gaza to be killed at. They provide little, and when the people of Gaza try to come and have that little, they're being killed. On an average, 100 people to 200 are being killed in these traps with this what's so-called Gaza Mercy organization, which has no mercy and has no purpose or goal except to kill more civilians and to endorse the agenda of the thug of this ummah, the thug of a humanity who's now controlling and ruling one of the most powerful nations on earth. When he said, I'm gonna open the gates of hell on the people of Gaza until they leave their own land. And we say to him, Mr. President, no matter how arrogant you are, no matter how dumb you are, because you have not clearly studied the history, though you might be a multi-billionaire or trillionaire, but you have not understood the principles of Allah Azza wa Jalla in the universe. And we tell you, what happened to Fir'aun, la'natullahi alayhi, can be easily repeated once again. Because Allah said so in the same chapter that we are talking about. وقال الذين كفروا لرسلهم لنخرجنكم من أرضنا أو لتعودن في ملتنا فأوحى إليهم ربهم لنهلكن الظالمين. After a long battle and debate between the haqq and the batil, between the rusul, the prophets of Allah Azza wa Jal, and the thugs and the tyrants, he said to them, you know, we disbelieve. إِنَّا كَفَرْنَا بِمَا أُرْسِلْتُمْ بِهِ وَإِنَّ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّمَّا تَدْعُونَنَا إِلَيْهِ مُرِيبٍ. قالت لهم رسلهم أفي الله شك فاطر السماوات والأرض يدعوكم ليغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. We're calling you for the good. We're calling you for the best of your life and the livelihood of those around you. But the disbelievers, those thugs, those tyrants, they're blinded from seeing the truth. They have only one agenda: to be rich and to continue to become more rich and to compete with the rich around them. فَأَوْحَى إِلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ لَنُهْلِكَنَّ الظَّالِمِينَ. Allah Azza wa Jal, at the end, when it becomes so difficult, when the people of Gaza become surrendered, when they see no help or intervention from any leadership around the globe, when they're living in the core and the heart of the Muslim Ummah, and no one is able to do anything to prevent the killing of the innocent children, then the Mighty will be saying, فَأَوْحَى إِلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ. Do not leave your land. And this is what the people of Gaza are doing. And this is what the people of Gaza are saying. We are rooted in our land. مثل كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء. This is the example that Allah Azza wa Jal had given to the haqq, which is rooted, against the falsehood, which is uprooted from the land. The people of Gaza are saying, regardless of what happened, regardless of what they are plotting against us and doing to prevent us from being able to live in our land, we will stay in our land and we will never leave it. And that tyrant who have vowed to evict us out of our own land would feel at the end that he's defeated. فأوحى إليهم ربهم لنهلكن الظالمين ذلك ولنسكننكم الأرض من بعدهم ذلك لمن خاف مقامي وخاف وعيد. We say to the people of Gaza, it's only a matter of time, because your mighty have promised that he will keep you on the land, that he will give you the upper hand, that you will be, insha'Allah, from those who will be worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal without any fear. ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامِي وَخَافَ وَعِيدٍ. All you need to be is to be from those who have fear to Allah Azza wa Jal and have fear to what is waiting to us in the hereafter. My brothers and sisters, the day of Ashura is not just a day we fast only to gain the forgiveness from Allah Azza wa Jal for the year, but it's a day of reflection that I hope all of us would be reflecting upon and sharing that with our children, so that if we were not able to be from those who will be gaining the victory of Allah Azza wa Jal the Mighty, our children will do it. And if we do not do it, then no one else will be able to do it, because the Mighty Allah Azza wa Jal have promised that it will happen whether we agree or disagree, or whether we were part of it or not. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فيفوز المستغفرين. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا وسيئات اعمالنا، من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ان الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا ايها الذين امنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم، وبارك اللهم على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. اللهم ان عبيدك ابناء عبيدك ابناء امائك نواصينا يا رب بيدك، ماض يا رب فينا حكمك، عدل فينا قضاؤك. نسألك اللهم بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك، أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك بأن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا يا الله. اللهم اجعله جلاء لهمومنا وأحزاننا يا رب العالمين. اللهم ندعوك في شهرك المحرم، اللهم ندعوك في هذه الأيام المباركة، ندعوك في هذا اليوم الفضيل، وندعوك في هذا البيت من بيوتك. اللهم أنت حسبنا وحسيبنا يا رب العالمين. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. اللهم يا مفرج الكرب فرج كرب أهلنا في غزة يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارحم ضعفهم، اللهم اجبر كسرهم، اللهم تولى أمرهم، اللهم احقن دماءهم واطعم جوعاهم واسع عطشاهم وداو جرحاهم ومرضاهم وفك أسراهم. اللهم ثبتهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم أرنا عجائب قدرتك في الظالمين. اللهم يا من أنزلت الكتاب وأجريت السحاب وهزمت الأحزاب، عليك بأحزاب الكفر يا جبار فإنهم لا يعجزونك. اللهم هذا دعاؤنا فلا تردنا خائبين ولا عن بابك مطرودين ولا من رحمتك يائسين، فأنت ربنا وإلهنا. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وأقم الصلاة. We're going to pray here or on the next one? Here? Okay. Do you want me to go to the other hall? Okay, that's much better.